goodness. Welcome to the happy place, everybody. And they are happy to see you.
No, Jennifer.
What you got, Anthony?
Hold on. Now, before you start, I just have to say this. Are you guys that enthused because we have two EGOTs on stage?
Listen. Stop it.
Get up for that!
Listen. Now, why you do that? Oh, my goodness.
We are in the presence of greatness.
Listen, to be in company with Miss Viola Davis is beyond a dream. To have you guys here is awesome. First of all, y'all, this film, when I tell you it is everything, it is everything. Y'all outdid yourselves in it. Miss Viola, can you tell everyone what it's about?
I'm the President of the United States.
Yes!
I don't give anything away.
Yes.
Military veteran, went on, presidency of the United States. I go to the G20 summit and I meet a terrorist and I'm the object of his hatred. I'm tasked to protect the country, protect my country, and to take him down. That's it in a nutshell.
You forgot you were a badass in this film. Oh my goodness. And the rest of you too. Can everyone tell everyone who you play?
Yes, I play Sabrina Sutton, which is the first daughter.
The
I
first
guess.
daughter.
Yes, a part of the first family.
Yeah.
What about you, Chris?
So I played Demetrius Sutton, the son of the president.
And the first gentleman.
I play the first gentleman. When you're the first gentleman, you have no name. You're just the first gentleman. That's me. I'm the husband to the president.
The first gentleman. Love that. The first right?
I'm the first gentleman.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's amazing.
And Antony?
I am the bad guy, go figure. I play a character called Eddie Rutledge, who is a disillusioned war vet that leads a group of expatriates, or they call themselves patriots, to the G20 to take it over by force because that's what they believe is the only option to effect change.
He was a great
In a
villain.
nutshell.
A great villain. Yes. Tell us about your heels, Sabrina.
Allora, I play Elena Romano, the president of the International Monetary Fund.
I play Secret Service agent Manny Ruiz, whose job and sole role is to protect the president's life.
Man, and you did. This film was so good. I was hollering, my son was doing his homework, and I was like, whoa, whoa, what is happening? Like, it was so much action in the film. You were hopping out of helicopters. I told you was badass when you was whipping people down in the elevator.
I loved
Were there any, yes, were there any injuries, y'all?
I didn't have any injuries.
What? I was sent to the emergency room.
Yeah, what happened to you? I heard that you got sent to the
That
emergency
made the
room.
internet.
Yeah, that made it. But some of his boys beat me up a little bit too bad and threw me into a chair. And I refused to use a stunt man. That's true. I refused to use a stunt man. I was like, I got this, and it sent me to the emergency room for 5 hours.
Dang.
Now, Ramon, so you had to protect the president.
Yeah, there's a scene in an elevator that's basically like fighting in a telephone booth, where Viola gets into, her character gets into it, and my character dives in as well.
And I was
we're
gonna
there
survive.
fighting for our lives.
You were. And you did. Oh, my goodness. Y'all got to see this film. It was outstanding. Antony, was it intimidating to, like, have to do a fight scene with Viola? Because, like I said, she's a badass.
Yeah. I've done quite a bit of action, so I was fairly confident coming in.
Yeah.
And Viola's she's so nice, and we like right away she hugged me, and I was like, oh, she's wonderful. You did in the first rehearsal, and I was like, oh, she's so lovely. Then we get to, we've got these fight scenes to do, and we get there, and I look across, I'm like, all right, let's shoot the scene. I look across, and Viola is standing there going,
See?
and I'm like, wait. Oh, I think I'm injured. Get my double.
Y'all did an outstanding job for sure. Oh, it was so good. And Sabrina, those heels, how high were your heels that you shot in?
Allora, they were the highest heel possible because on the script, she was described like someone wearing heels, but then during the rehearsal with the costume designer, he took me regular heels. I said, please, go for something really crazy. And so he came back with this, like I had, because I'm very used to obstacles in life, and I wanted some obstacles. And so wearing these high heels the whole time helped me to have fun. You will see, you will see.
Yes, you will. And Marsai, this is your second time working with Antony as your father, because he was your dad in Blackish.
You already know.
Yes. What was it like working with him in this type of capacity?
It honestly wasn't that big of a change to me because he is truly my dad.
Oh.
So it's not, honestly, when before we even started filming, you called me.
Yeah.
You called me, we talked about it, and you know, it was just fun. It was really exciting, and I'm just so grateful to be back on the screen with him.
Yeah.
And you know, he is forever my homie. You know?
Aw.
That's my baby.
Yeah.
Your TV dad.
My TV dad. You know.
And Christopher, you were a big fan of Blackish.
Yes.
So what was it like being able to play her brother and his son?
I mean, on Blackish, they're hilarious. So when I first met them in person, it was like everything you would expect, but like more.
Yeah.
They were so funny on set, and then they just made it super easy for me to be Demetrius because they were like super kind and stuff like that. So.
I love that y'all filmed it in South Africa. Now, I don't like spiders, but I heard you was near a scorpion. Ramon, tell us about that.
Yeah. I know Antony's going to want to expand on this conversation
Ooh, just the
potentially,
thought of it
but
got me nervous.
we arrived in, you know,
happened?
arrived in Cape Town, and I was all upside down with the time difference, 9-hour time difference than
Yes.
LA, and finally in a beautiful place, and I passed out and finally was getting some sleep, and in the middle of the night I felt something on my back.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Wait, it gets better.
I swipe at it, you know, not thinking anything, and then suddenly I felt like a hot needle into my back of the shoulder, and I grabbed the phone and I turned my light on and I shined it on the bed, and there is a massive scorpion
Woo, jeez.
looking right back at me,
No.
fearless. Fearless.
You didn't take a picture or video of that?
Oh, I do. Oh, trust me.
I want to see
I took a picture because I want all the other scorpions to know I don't mess around. I slapped it, hit on the ground. I killed it
wow.
with a sandal, and then
And then it went back to sleep.
and then I went back. Well, I was exhausted.
You went to sleep.
I checked the
went back
bed.
to
I
bed.
checked the bed. I looked under the
nuts.
sheets. I looked around the bed. No more scorpions. I was tired, y'all. I was really, really upside down. I laid back down, went to bed, called my lady the next morning. She's like, oh, that shouldn't be a big deal. Scorpion. Called another friend. They're like, you better call a doctor right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so production sends a doctor over, and I learned
What'd you
that
learn?
if a scorpion has small pincers, that means it's got very high venom. It kills you with the venom. If
Okay.
it's got big
Kills you
pincers,
with the venom.
Yeah.
Yeah, the smaller ones.
smaller ones.
Yeah.
If it's got
Yeah,
big
big?
pincers, the
Yeah.
venom isn't that strong.
Okay.
Luckily, mine had the big pincers.
Yeah.
But the doctor also said, unfortunately, had it been one that was venomous, we don't have anti-venom right now in South
Oh,
Africa.
wow.
Oh my God.
However, the benefit is I became known as Scorpion King for the rest of that year.
Whoa.
Thank God you're okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, I made it through that. Oh my goodness. Now, ooh, Miss Viola, we
Yes.
can't have you here and not acknowledge that EGOT. Give us some love, y'all. Okay? Oh my goodness. And then you received the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Golden Globes.
Yes.
And you were brought to tears. Tell us what that moment meant to you.
Well, you saw me with Meryl Streep. That's
Yes.
it. You know, that says it all. In fact, you know, when she presented me with the award, I had a memory of starting Doubt. When we started Doubt, we had to rehearse it first. And I remember I was so absolutely overwhelmed that I was doing a movie with Meryl Streep. She went to the bathroom during rehearsal, and I followed her. And then I waited for her to come out of the stall, and I went into the same stall as her,
Wow.
just to smell her.
Wow.
I was super creepy, y'all. But I love that woman. But anyway, you can recover from that. But it just means everything. It's like, you know, they always say the two most important people in your life is your 6-year-old self and your 80-year-old self. And Viola's 6-year-old self is just squealing. You know, being brought up abject poverty, Central Falls, Rhode Island, you know, and when you don't see the dream, but you know it's there,
Yes.
and then suddenly you're placed on a stage with a gold statue and people are being moved by your work. It's literally magic. That's what it is. It's the presence of God. Now, I did not intentionally go, you don't intentionally go out and say, I'm gonna get an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony, right? It just happens. It's a byproduct of the work. But I feel I've stayed my course and I've stayed in my lane. I'm not trying to be like anybody else, even in this movie. I really am not. And I feel God is blessing me for that. I do.
And you bless us with everything that you do. It's, woo! I think we need a Viola Davis award, because we all trying to be like you, ma'am. Okay? Let's be clear. Yes. And you, Sabrina, you were nominated for an Emmy Award. Where were you when you got the nomination? Tell us that.
Well, that was, I think that moment was probably one of the highest moments of joy in my entire life. It was the second day of shooting. I didn't know anybody. I was feeling very shy. It was the end of the day. And Julius, Viola's husband, that is, I think, one of the sweetest men on this planet, he came and he said, Sabrina, we are so proud to have you on board. And we were always being proud, but today, particularly, and there is someone that has a message for you. And there was this guy, and he said, like, Sabrina Impacciatore, you've been Emmy nominee. And me, I didn't believe it. I thought it was a joke. And so I said, oh, no, thank you. Ha, that's funny, that's funny. It's not an Emmy nomination. I've been nominated for a minor award. It's not the Emmy. And he said it again. So in that moment, like when I understood that that was real, I felt an explosion in my heart. And I started to cry in front of everybody. I was feeling so shy, but in that moment, I felt that all the pain, all the sacrifices, all the choices, so difficult, all my life, in that moment looked just right. It was really...
Aw, that's sweet. Now, Antony, you're no stranger to playing a villain. Correct. Honey, you outdid yourself again in this movie. I have to say it again, but you were also in the hit show, The Boys. Oh, my goodness. And at the Emmys, you got to present with other villains. What was that like?
Yeah, that was amazing. That was my little pinch me moment. But I did have a great time. Giancarlo's been on the show a number of times, and you know, they say never meet your heroes, but I've idolized him for a long time, and he is the perfect gentleman and such a ferocious talent. So I've been blessed to work with him. And then I met Kathy for the first time, and you could not meet a nicer woman. And it was just this surreal moment. We're going out to present this Villains Award, and this is not a humble brag, but you've got 3 people just chatting it up, like gassing backstage, and it was like 3 lovely people. So I got this theory that really what you've got to do to get a villain with some depth and layers, I think you take a nice person, a person of integrity, and this is where it gets a little humble braggy, but just bear with me. And then you cloak that in an evil character on the page. If you give it a base of that, then good things come out.
Well, something good came out of it. Okay, now, Christopher, you remind me of my son, because you're what, 15?
Yes.
Are you about to get your driver's license?
Yes, I just got my permit a couple weeks ago, and I plan on getting my license and a car, so yeah.
Oh!
When, so I can stay off the street?
I'm a great driver.
You a great driver?
I'm a great driver, yeah.
Okay, so you're going to teach him something, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna see. All right.
And Marsai, is it true you don't have your license yet?
Wait a minute, hold on.
Wait, hold on. That's what I heard.
Marsai, you be riding dirty?
Listen, y'all, please. Why she just exposed me like that?
I mean...
Yeah, so I'm almost 21. And no. But here's the thing. So listen. My goal is to get it before I turn 21 in August.
Okay.
We gonna see. You know, but yeah, I just been driven around, and I mean, what's the rush?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What's
know.
the rush? Now, is it true that you said, Anthony, that you was gonna buy her a car, though?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
See, now,
And did you get that car
Okay,
yet?
okay,
So,
hold on.
you think I did?
What had happened was.
oh Lord.
What happened?
First off, she ain't got no driver's license.
No, but you didn't know that.
She ain't got no driver's license, so why I'm gonna buy her a car?
I got
Secondly,
a car now.
she like to be driven around. You can't be driven around in the car if you're gonna drive it yourself. So I got that. That's what happened.
Hey.
And I need to know. So if you're 21, do you still need to go to driver's ed before you get your license? Like
Don't
Chris
we all?
did, or can you just roll up to the DMV and be like, yo, I want to do this?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
These are questions I don't got the answer to. We just gonna have to. We just
Okay.
gonna have to figure it out, you know.
Well, maybe
We'll be fine.
Viola got it because your daughter's 14 now.
My
and
daughter is 14, yep.
Is she getting ready to drive? What's
No.
happening? No. Why you say that?
And I am not teaching her to drive. Literally, she looked at me like maybe a year ago. She's like, you know what, Mama? I know when I start to drive, I know I'm gonna be a better driver than you.
Oh.
I am the crappiest driver.
Really?
Oh.
I am. My car has so many dings in it just from getting out of my garage.
Oh, wow.
Oh, goodness.
Yep, I've been stopped by the popo for not turning my lights on. I got out of that one, though, because he said, oh, what are you doing in Rhode Island? I was back in Rhode Island, and I said, I'm visiting my mom, and I'm an actress. I put that one in there because I'm terrified of the police. I'm terrified to go to jail.
Oh,
So I said, I'm an actress. He was like, yeah, what have we seen you in? Now, this is humbling. I said, How to Get Away with Murder. And he was like, I never heard of that. Give me your license.
Oh.
And so then I gave him the license, and he went back. Oh, boy, I was sweating. He took the longest time, and he came back. He said, were you in Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
I said, yeah. That was me. Me. That was me.
Oh, my goodness. Now, a lesson we learned in the movie is that you can't always trust what you see on the internet. So I thought we could play a game called Fact or Fiction. I'm going to read a fact about each of y'all, and then we're going to guess if it's fact or fiction. Does that sound good?
Sounds all right.
All right. Anthony, you cried the first time you did a stand-up comedy show.
It was true.
It
Yeah,
is?
yeah, I knew it. I knew it.
But here's the reason. Not because it was my first paycheck. I got booed off the stage.
Oh, so sad.
So I drove home in tears.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah,
That's
this
fine.
crazy thing. I went up there, and I guess I wasn't that funny, so they turned my mic off within the first 15 seconds.
No.
And I was like, I don't need a mic. And I threw the mic on the stage. And so I started to try to tell jokes with no mic, and then they turned the lights off on the stage.
No, are you serious?
Yeah, so I had to walk off the stage, and I walked out the back door into my car, and I drove home with the heat on, and the windows rolled up, and I cried. So people couldn't tell that I was crying. They thought I was sweating.
Made you the man you are.
Maybe the man I am
that
today.
took a turn.
That took a
That kind of nosedive.
Yeah, no, it
It
was
was a happy
rough.
moment, and you just
Wow.
put the mood down.
That's
was
a lot
rough.
of tears.
Yeah.
Poor thing. I'm so sorry to have
It's okay, it happens.
Okay, Viola,
Oh,
You
my
okay?
God.
you are ordained minister. Is that true or
Ooh.
false? Ooh, this is tough. What you
Okay.
think, Chris?
I think I'm gonna go with true.
Yeah, that's too far for it to be like a lie. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
that would be
why you
crazy
don't
if
think
not.
I don't know. We've talked.
I agree with Anthony. I
It's
don't.
some not very churchy
I don't
things.
think so either, because
think-
I've never seen her at the ordained ministers' meetings. And I say that
ordained-
because I'm an ordained minister.
Really?
Yes, I am.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
I don't know whether to believe you.
I've married people in Jamaica. Yes, I'm an ordained minister.
Yeah, but as a minister, or you just
no,
got
as
married?
a minister. As a minister. And Viola has never been at one of our meetings, so. I've never seen her.
You know what?
I don't think you serious.
You know what? I am indeed not an ordained
Okay.
minister, but I could see how people think I'm an ordained minister. Everybody wants to hug me.
I can see
Everybody cries. Everybody feels like I'm a healer. But you know what? I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Okay.
You are very huggable. I mean,
Yes.
She is huggable.
yeah.
Marsai,
Hey.
you are cousins with Janelle Monáe. What we think?
Oh, Marsai, Janelle Monáe. Okay, I'm with it.
The names do kind of
Yeah, I'm with it. Yep.
What y'all think? Anybody? Yeah, I kind of could believe it.
You know, I'm gonna go with it.
Okay. Well, it is true.
It's true.
Oh, no, I think it's true.
I do.
And you heard that too. You said yes. Yeah, it is true. Yes.
It is? Superstars. Okay. Antony,
Yes.
you auditioned for the role of James Bond.
Wow.
Do you think that's true? Anybody?
Yeah.
What y'all think? You think so? No.
Yeah, I'd say yeah.
I mean, I could see it. If not, I would
I
want
see
to
it.
see it.
You
So
are
I kinda-
great, James.
I would want
What
to
you
call
think?
him into the office just to see what he would do. So yeah, yep.
What about a Bond villain if I had a cat?
Oh.
No,
I feel like I should be here with a cat.
So is it fact
Okay.
or fiction? Which
Yeah, that's true.
it's true. It's so interesting. We got the clip. Come on, roll the clip.
Welcome, Martin. Shaken, not stirred. And for you,
The same,
how do you take it?
straight up, with a twist. Thank you, Mr.
Name's Bond. James Bond.
There it is. That's awesome.
It was good, right? And I like the hair.
I like the hair. Did you just see? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Really like that. I feel like everyone who's creative, when you watch back like 20 years what you did before, it feels like you put on a suit that's too small. It's
Yes.
like it's quite pinchy in the armpits, but you know, I'm glad you had a laugh.
Anthony,
Yes.
I think you
how long did you spend in the mirror getting your hair ready for the audition?
Yeah.
That's how I walk out the house, man. It just does that.
You woke up like that.
Yeah, I just put my finger in a socket.
Sabrina, you're going to start in a new show based on The Office. How we feel about that? Is that fact or fiction? Which y'all
That
think?
is definitely fact.
It's fact?
Yeah,
If Viola said it.
first of all, I've gotten everything right so far. Did everyone notice that? I'm a Leo, so I'm gonna celebrate my wins.
Did she really?
I've gotten
competitive at
everything
all.
right. That's fact.
New show based on The Office? I'm gonna say no.
I don't know.
Is that a fact?
Like another
don't think so.
ensemble.
I know the answer.
Viola
so I
says
can't.
it's a fact, and she says she's
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
right.
If
so
she says that it's a fact, guys,
it's
it's a fact.
It's
It's a fact! Yes!
Yes, yes. Apparently, I am the female lead next to Donald Gleason.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Christopher, you were a child yo-yo champion. Is that true or false? And what do
I
we
hope
think,
it's true.
guys?
Yo,
I believe it.
That'd be
You were
amazing.
what?
I believe.
Yo-yo.
First off, he's still a child.
Yo-yo champion.
Yes.
Yo-yo.
Nope.
No?
I'm saying
I
no.
hope
You're
it's true.
talented.
You're talented.
Please
You're
be
much
true.
more talented
It's
than
so
a yo-yo.
suspenseful. I can't. What you think, Viola? Because she always right. Tell us.
No, I may be wrong with this
Oh,
one
you may
now.
be
I'm
wrong.
going down. I'm going down.
Let me see.
I want to say it's true.
Let me see. Let me see.
think
Let me
it's
see a yo-yo move. Let me see a yo-yo move.
Flick the
Is it
wrist.
true?
Let me see a
Just
yo-yo
go
move.
Flick of the wrist.
Let me see a yo-yo move.
Is I've never touched the yo-yo.
I know it.
Never.
I
Okay.
wanted it to be true.
Okay. That's not it. Okay, Ramon, you were a professional salsa dancer. Is that, y'all, we feel like that's true or false?
That's true.
I said yes.
That's
I
true.
believe that.
I
I
think
can
it's true.
see that. I
Yes.
can see it.
It's true.
Okay.
True. It's true. I grew up in a Latino household filled with women in the Lower East Side of New York, and most nights we had a lot of parties. I did not have a choice if I was gonna dance or not. I was taken, and I would dance, and then eventually, when I got a little older, about your age, my mother invited me to a class, and I didn't want to go, and I just stood there, and she did her thing and twirled herself around, and then there was a woman in there, and I said, she was very beautiful, and I said, wow, look at how she's moving and what she's doing. And then I got paired up with her, and I was like, I like this salsa thing. There's something about this that's really kind of wonderful. And so then I got hooked in, and then, yeah, I joined the company eventually.
Ooh, do you mind dancing us to break? Come on, we want to
Well,
see
the thing
it.
about salsa,
What?
You don't dance alone.
He said you don't dance alone. You better get it. I gotta dance.
I'm not dancing
Come
alone.
on, y'all. What we gotta do? Yes.
There you go.
Show him, Viola. Oh, he got both of us.